Yes, yes, Cuzzy Wuzzy. I'm Johnny Massacre, and welcome to my world. Tonight, we're talking about Donald Trump. He's going beast mode on mass migration. Some people are comparing him to a racist uncle, and I'm all for it, bruv. I'm all for it. The Trumpster just doesn't give an F anymore. He's in his last term, and he's just coming out and saying what we've all been thinking, which is, got to deport dem illegals, Cuzzy Wuzzy, and he's serious about it. Who is with me? Give me a hell yeah! We got the Shonkatonk internet connection. It's going to be glitchy. I'm going to be glitching. It's like playing a Sega Saturn game circa 1995, if you're old enough to remember that. We got the mad echoey kind of vibes in my mum's dining room. That's where I'm posted up tonight, Cuzzy Wuzzy. So we got that proper echoey business going on. And it's going to be a budget shonky stream. But the Trumpster is absolutely killing it. And he's giving us what we want. And I'm going to show you what he's been doing. So he did an interview on Politico where he just didn't hold back. He's talking about deporting Ilhan Omar. He's talking about deporting all the Somalians. And he's basically paused immigration from third world countries. Exactly what any serious leader needs to do to save their country. Would you not say? I would say. I would say. So, do you want to have a look at what the Trumpster has been doing, what the Trumpster has been saying? Because I certainly do. Man, I'm coming back to the land of the living. Excuse me while I warm up, yeah? I tell you, lighting a cigar with a match is a challenge. This is a real skill. Okay, so, right, let's see what we got, shall we? Let's just dive straight in. Okay, here we go. So, the Trumpster, what has he been up to this time, Cuzzy? Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, let's do it. I told you it's going to be shonky, and that the audio is going to be the ultimate shonk, but bear with me. Better than nothing. So Trump, he posted this. He literally posted this. On Truth Social. He reposted a guy who said, we have two options: deport every single third world migrant, illegal alien, and America-hating visa holder, or surrender your nation the way the United Kingdom have and watch your society collapse in the coming years. He posted that. And what's significant about this is, the argument was, this is how far the Overton window is shifting, and rightly so in my opinion. The argument was we got to deport the illegals. But with this one, it just says deport every single third world migrant. And that's a little bit ambiguous, but it obviously means even visa holders, it's just time to get out because, well, the Biden administration they flew and bussed in millions of illegal, unvetted migrants from God knows where. Gee, I wonder if any psychopaths took advantage of that. I wonder. And then they just said, okay, you're legal now and you can vote. That doesn't make those people legal. So Trump is just saying they've all got to go. And most migrants are a net drain on society. Duh. If they can do it, they're going to take it, Cuzzy. So the Overton window is shifting and Trump is basically saying, let's just deport all the migrants. Trump is going nuclear on mass migration. So Stephen Miller, who's an absolute beast, basically Trump's super duper 10,000 plus big brain IQ political attack dog, who's read all of his books on Marxism And he's the top debater, I would say. Like, you would never want to touch this guy in a debate. He'll crush you. Whenever he's on mainstream media, he crushes all of his opponents. He's coming out and giving reasons as to why the Trumps are saying we've got to deport tons of people. And the eye of Sauron, the eye of the Trumpster, is firmly focused on Somalia and Minnesota as first port of call for deportations. This audio is going to be so bad quality, but just work with me, yeah? This is Stephen Miller on Somali fraud, and this is why Trump is going to be deporting everyone, cuzzy. Extrapolate this to all the other illegal migrants, will ya?
This scandal is going to rock the core of Minnesota politics and American politics. We are going to be able to show through whether it be willful blindness, whether it be deliberately turning the other way, or whether it be direct knowledge, we are going to show how Democrat politicians, Democrat bureaucracies, Democrat political systems, and the Somali refugee population ripped off the American people, stole countless taxpayer dollars, and engaged in scams that boggle the mind, scams that we can scarcely even conceive of or imagine in their brazenness. This truly underscores the extent to which the Democrat Party has used migration as a weapon against the American people to gain political power at the expense of American citizens, stealing their money, stealing their votes, stealing their sovereignty. This is going to be case in point for the argument that President Trump has made about why we must stop mass third-world migration into this country. It is a tool the Democrat Party has used to rob the American people blind.
So the Democrats are essentially paying voters. They bring people in and they give them free stuff. And if they want to continue getting free stuff, they have to vote for the Democrats. That's what he's saying there. You can extrapolate that from the Somali population all over America. There's all these cuckoo crackerjack stats now coming out on X showing an insanely disproportionate amount of Somalians in Minnesota in America on benefits. An insane amount. It's like 80% plus of families. They're just a net drain of society, and they've got to go because they do not add anything to society at all. So the Trump administration is going absolutely nuclear on mass migration, and we're just getting started, cuzzy. The Overton window is shifting, the tone is shifting, and one of the best things that Trump has done so far is just make it okay to say what you're thinking, what everyone is thinking. Before it was taboo when the Darth Biden was in power, but at the very least, if you're going to praise Trump for something, it's got to be that he's normalized what's normal, and the Democrats tried to spin as abnormal, which is not wanting your country taken over by third world migrants in order to replace you, to create a permanent one-party leftist voting state. So here is Trump, and an excerpt from his recent speech in Pennsylvania. It's talking about economy, and essentially what he's doing here, he's already starting to warm up for the midterms, and you haven't seen Trump make a speech like this for a long time. It's a kind of like campaign trail speech, and he's just better than ever. And Trump doesn't give an F anymore. They tried to take his life. It's his second term. He has to smash it, has to knock it out of the park, because he knows that the Democrats are going to come for him if they get back into power. So he doesn't give an F anymore. He's just saying it like it is. Now look at this amazing comment from Trump, who's now going nuclear on mass migration.
I've also announced a permanent pause on third world migration, including from hellholes like Afghanistan, Haiti, Somalia, and many other countries.
It's just the common sense thing to do. Germany, France, Canada, Australia, UK, doing the complete opposite, praising migrants for diversity. And on the government website of the UK, it says don't travel to Afghanistan, but it's dangerous. Oh, so let's just import them in and give them free stuff. Trump just doing the right thing, adding fuel to the fire that there's a globalist conspiracy which is foisting mass illegal migration upon the West, population replacement, treason. So the guy in the back, right, the crowd member, he shouted out shithole, and that made Trump laugh, talking about Somalia, Sudan, all those third world countries where the migrants were pouring in from. Look at this response from Trump.
I didn't say shithole, you did.
Gee.
Remember I said that to the senators, they came in, the Democrats. They wanted to be bipartisan. So they came in And they said, this is totally off the record. Nothing mentioned here. We want to be honest because our country was going to hell. And we had a meeting. And I said, why is it we only take people from shithole countries, right? Why can't we have some people from Norway?
I'm that dude behind Trump.
Way.
Yeah, why can't we have some people from Norway, right? Dude, can you sense the Overton window shifting? Say it out loud. Why can't we have some people from Norway?
Sweden, just a few.
Sweden.
Let us have a few. From Denmark.
Denmark, Christian Norgard, Arsenal player, newly signed from Brentford. One of the nicest guys you'll ever hear in an interview. Let's bring some people from Denmark.
Mind sending us a few people?
Please.
Send us some nice people.
What about Japan, Trumpster?
Do you mind? But we always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime.
Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. Don't shoot the messenger, cuz he can't say I disagree.
The only thing they're good at is going after ships.
Bro, can you fucking feel the Overton window shifting into my veins with this? This is what you fucking voted for, is it not? Beautiful. Every first world country should be saying this. Hopefully they'll follow the Trumpster. Oh man, I love Trump. America's so important. Hopefully the tone will shift in other countries. Trump, you need to designate European countries as terrorist threats unless they reverse their mass migration, because those countries are going to become, the Western countries are going to become like the it-hole shays that the migrants come from when they become the majority. Then they're going to be a threat to America. And guess what? Trump is essentially saying exactly that. I've got some clips for you. He's saying if the European countries don't change their ways, they're not going to be allies of the States anymore. They're going to be a threat to the States. Trump is still going nuclear on mass migration. In that same speech on his affordability tour in PA, listen what he said about Ilhan Omar. Amazing stuff off the back of the insane fraud that she's overseen and, let's be honest, aided and abetted.
Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please
Somalia?
raise your hand. That's from Minnesota, you know. That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history.
Yeah. Send her back.
I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little turban. I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
This gives me goosebumps. It's so good. So good.
Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that? She married her brother to get in. Therefore, she's here illegally. She should get the hell out. Throw her the hell out. She does nothing but complain.
It's true. Get the fuck out. If you don't like it so much, get out. You only got rich to the tune of about $30 million, 4,000 plus percentage net worth.
So now, and we have...
There's only one man who can save America, Kazi, and it's this guy. Oh my lord. Trump going nuclear on migration. So he was on The Conversation. It's a show on Politico. And yeah, he said some more crazy stuff, Kazi. If I can pull it up. It's coming. We got it in the chamber. Possibly. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we're going to have to get that a little bit later. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is on the Politico, The Conversation. And Trump is saying if other countries don't follow America's lead and pause migration from third world countries, then he'll no longer consider European nations as allies. This is incredible stuff. Thank you, Donald Trump. That's why I wanted him so bad as president, because he can change things in other countries, countries where I'm from, England, where I'm at now, or Japan, where I live at the moment. Let's go, the Trumpster.
He's really gotten right as the immigration, because he allows nobody in his country
And Poland has done a very good job in that respect too. But most European nations, they're decaying. They're decaying.
You can imagine some leaders in Europe are a little
It's
freaked
true,
out
like,
by what
with one of my best mates
your
today.
posture is. And
No,
European
they should be freaked out by what they're doing to their countries. They're destroying their countries.
Well,
And
European
they're-
Council
and
President-
they're people I like. Look, they're people I like. I get along with them. You know that. But they can't let this happen. And it gets to a point where you can't really correct it.
Yeah.
There'll be a point, and it's very close to that
and
point.
what will that mean?
It will mean that they're no longer going to be strong nations.
Does
Or
that mean
they'll be-
they won't be allies
Or
anymore?
they'll be, well...
Who's this elven princess?
They'll change their ideology, obviously, because the people coming in have a totally different ideology. But it's going to make them much weaker. They'll be much weaker, and they'll be much different.
And what will that mean for our
I mean,
relationship
look at
with
your mayor
them?
of London. He's a disaster. He's a disaster. He's got a totally different ideology of what he's supposed to have. And he gets elected because so many people have come in and they vote for him now because, it's like, it's one of those things. But
We're
I
saying
hate
that for
what's
years.
happened to London, and I hate what's happened to Paris. I hate when I see it.
Sir, it's sometimes hard to tell when you say these things. Do you intend to
Elven
send
princess.
a message of tough love to our allies to push them to make reforms? Or do you think that many of them are just weak and you don't really want to be allies with them?
I think they're weak, but I also think that they want to be so politically correct. I think they don't know what to do. Europe doesn't know what to do. They don't know what to do on trade either. I mean, I look at a lot of the trade, situation that's going on over there. It's a little bit dangerous, but Europe, they want to be politically correct, and it makes them weak. That's what makes them weak.
It sounds like you want to see some pretty massive changes.
Well, I
in
think they
Europe.
should get the people out that came into the country illegally.
I want to ask about
If
NATO.
you take a look at Sweden, so Sweden was known as the safest country in Europe, one of the safest countries in the world. Now it's known as a very unsafe, pretty unsafe country. It's not even believable. It's a whole different country.
Bro, Elven Princess is saying, it seems like you want to make some pretty big changes. The elites already made some pretty big changes, some horrible ones, and flooded your country with unvetted migrants from war-torn nations, from the Horn of Africa. That was pretty extreme. Rectifying it is not extreme. It's the calm, serene, sensible thing to do. It's amazing how people have become conditioned to this insanity. So Trump is seriously going thermonuclear on mass migration. It's just incredible to see. Unbelievable to see. And there's plenty more, Cuzzy, so let's keep going through it, shall we? So, of course, UK wasn't very happy about that, and they were whining, but nothing the UK does really matters anymore. Elon Musk is getting involved in the mix and explaining why we need to reverse mass migration. Elon Musk is also going nuclear on mass migration, coming back into the fold after that famous spat with the Trumpster. Listen to what Elon Musk says about Ilhan Omar and Minnesota and Somalia and the dangers of mass migration and why it's happening. Cuzzy.
Well, let's look at, Ilhan Omar, who was voted into power, voted into Congress by, a large group of people from Somalia who are in Minnesota, which is really far from Somalia. Or Mamdani,
Baby.
who was voted to be mayor, but but by a majority of people who are not born in America.
Can you sense the vibe shift? Elon Musk is coming out talking about great replacement, race politics, and basically white erasure. America was 85% white in, I think it was 1930s, 1940s, and now it's like 50%. If loads of white people went to another country and then started overtaking the native population, all the people that support this mass migration into the West would be crying genocide. So why is it not a genocide when it's happening to America or England or something like that? Because, well, Marxist race communism, Cuzzy. But Elon Musk is right here. The vibe shift is massive. Elon Musk is from South Africa, where they have literal racist policies that don't allow people to do things for being white. All the things that they say you are, they are for the neo-Marxist. And Elon Musk just calling it out on the global stage, along with the Trumpster. The vibe shift is massive. Going nuclear on mass immigration. Let's go, cuz.
Yeah, that's my understanding, at least. And then California is a big time situation. So I don't know. We just don't want to turn into a communist hellhole, basically. Well, let's look at.
I have been saying this shit for fucking years. Communism is coming, dude. People gaslit me. People call me crazy. Not so crazy anymore, motherfucker. Elon Musk is saying it now. Communist hellhole. Far leftist hellhole. Take the wealth of the productive people, tax them up the wazoo to do that, and give it to people according to their needs. It's communism. That's what they're trying to do. He mentioned there New York. He said Mamdani got elected in because they imported a new electorate of migrants. Said the same thing with California. That's what they're trying to do to the whole of the United States. That's why the Trumpster is going nuclear on mass migration, bruv. And it is about time. It is about time. Would you not say? Would you not say? So Elon Musk breaks it down further. This is why they're bringing in all the migrants. Now pay attention if you're not aware of this. The Muskie says, once you understand the incentive, the reason for the behavior becomes obvious. They are importing a left voting bloc that depends on government handouts. A prominent example of this in America is Ilhan Omar and her Somali voting bloc in Minnesota, an area which used to be primarily Nordic German. Importing voters is a certain path to a single-party supermajority and has already happened at the state level in California and New York. It also explains why those states have banned voter ID in order to accelerate a permanent socialist supermajority, destroying any semblance of democracy. We stand on the precipice of disaster and end to America. And he's right. And if socialism comes in, you can't go where you want. You can't do what you want. You can't say what you want. It will be a mass surveillance state, punishment for any wrong thing, and you'll be broke as hell with a crushed economy. And you'll be at the mercy of the state. And you'll be thrown in jail for the slightest microaggression. That's where we're going. So, oppose mass migration. Look at the vibe shift. The official rapid response White House account posted on X, Ilhan, why did you marry your brother? This timeline, especially when you view it side by side to the UK timeline, is like crack cocaine direct to the brain. It is amazing, bruv. It's going to feel amazing. Thank God Trump is doing this. Look, we've got Ilhan Omar's marriage certificate to her brother doing the rounds on X. Deport, deport, deport. Deport. Elon Musk talking about Laura Ingram's exclusive on how Ilhan Omar did marry her brother and said she would do what she had to do to get him papers to keep him in the US, according to a Somali community leader. This is morally and legally wrong. Elon Musk commenting on Ilhan Omar illegally marrying her brother, then illegally importing an illegal electorate to vote her into power so she and her brethren from Somalia can commit a stratospheric amount of fraud, which you've seen doing the rounds in the news recently. So Ilhan Omar is now being investigated for immigration fraud by Trump's immigration czar, Tom Holland. It's not Tom Holland, that's the guy in Spider-Man. What's his name again? The cue ball, shiny cue ball, Tom. His name will come to me in a minute. Listen to this, cuz.
The Borders Czar.
Tom Homan.
The Borders Czar, Tom Homan, joins us tonight to talk about Minnesota as well as a number of other issues. And sir, it's good to have you back on the show. Trump mentioning the Daily Mail reporting from 2020 that Ilhan Omar married her brother to get into the country. This was last week. Take a listen.
Deport.
Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. It's a fraud.
Fraud.
Calls that a fraud. It's a story that has never been successfully refuted, even though it's now a 5-year-old story. That's clearly a deportable offense. Is there an investigation into that?
You know, I just got advised by a fraud investigator the other day on that. I asked the question, who reviewed the file and says that there was immigration fraud involved. The statute of limitation became an issue in the last 4 years when this was first brought up. Who was president? Who ran DOJ? So pulling the records now, pulling the files, and we're looking at. But this fraud investigator, who I know personally, one of the best fraud investigators in HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, said there's no doubt he reviewed the file. So I'm running that down this week, matter of fact, and we'll see.
So Ilhan Omar is basically going to be deported, and I will take a front row with an extra side of popcorn for that cuzzy wuzzy. The news is now gathering steam as snowballing. Rapid Response 47 on X says damning truth about Ilhan Omar marrying her brother. That news is on the Daily Mail. And of course, her brother is an absolute fruitcake. Why is it that Amalian says always, I'm not even going to say it, we can't get any deeper in the shadow realm than we already are. So, interesting reaction online here, and one of my favourite comments regarding the Minnesota Somali fraud from Christian Hines, who says, Somalis stole enough money from Minnesota taxpayers to solve world hunger, according to Libs. Why haven't they? I wonder where all the money went, bruv. I do wonder. So the vibe shift is insane. The official deportation account on X for the United States, ICE, posted this. They said Minnesota's weather is cloudy with a 100% chance of ice. I'm as cold as ice. They dropped the tune as well. Can you sense the vibe shift? In the UK, if they did this, there'd be a freaking aneurysm from all the shit libs infesting the capital. But look what's happening in America, and you lot are the majority. You vote for this. The vibe shift is real. I'm so here for this. Trump going nuclear on mass migration. And there's just so many arguments against it. Here's Stephen Miller once again.
During the civil rights era, and this is the simplest way I can put it, there was a thought in effect, if you go back and you can read the transcripts of the debate at the time, of applying civil rights to immigration policy for the globe, and to create a civil right for people from every part of the world to come to America in ever-growing numbers. And so a system that for years, as you mentioned, had been tightly restricted, suddenly established this global ability of people in every part of the world to come to America, to bring their families to America, and then eventually empty out their entire towns and their entire villages to the United States of America. And so what you saw between 1965 and today was the single largest experiment on a society, on a civilization that had ever been conducted in human history.
Into my veins.
Not just the 76 million immigrants that were brought in,
Into
largely from the third world, but their descendants too.
Veins.
So you see with a lot of these immigrant groups, not only is the first generation unsuccessful, again, Somalia is a clear example here. Not only is the first generation unsuccessful, but you see persistent issues in every subsequent generation. So you see consistent high rates of welfare use, consistent high rates of criminal activity, consistent failures to assimilate. But this shouldn't be a surprise, Will. It's just common sense.
That's right, Steve.
If Somalians cannot make Somalia successful, why would we think that the track record would be any different in the United States? Go to a third world country. No one's saying, look, there are people all over the world that are great people. But you look at the society. If Libya keeps failing, if the Central African Republic keeps failing, if Somalia keeps failing, right? If these societies all over the world continue to fail, you have to ask yourself, if you bring those societies into our country and then give them unlimited free welfare, what do we think is going to happen? You're going to replicate the conditions that they left over and over and over again. And we mask the impact of immigration in every public policy issue we discuss. We talk about test scores. Well, if you subtract immigration out of test scores, all of a sudden our test scores skyrocket.
Oh my God.
If you subtract immigration out of healthcare, all of a sudden we don't have nearly the size of the healthcare challenges our country faces. If you subtract immigration out of public safety, all of a sudden we don't have violent crime in so many of our cities. Issue after issue, we talk about these things that they just happen to us. The schools just suddenly fail. Violent crime just suddenly explodes. The deficit just suddenly skyrockets. These are a result of social policy choices that we made through immigration.
Bro, that has to be the most devastating takedown of mass migration I've ever fucking heard. Play that round the dinner table on Thanksgiving to your shitlib family, because they will have nothing to say about that, cuzzy. Oh my God, can you sense the vibe shift right now? Trump going nuclear. Say it like it is. So I'm seeing absolutely crazy stuff. I'm seeing, because in England now, even the left-wing government, they're lying, but they're saying they need to get rid of all the migrants. Speaking of which, I was walking through Kensington Gardens in London yesterday, and I saw a bunch of dudes from the Horn of Africa. I went back round to look at them, just to make sure they're the small boat migrants, and I locked eyes with this dude wearing a hood. Bro, Piers Morgan, in spite of what he says about London being a great multicultural city, he would walk all the way around the huge perimeter of Kensington Gardens not to cross paths with this dude. He looked like the most malevolent. I mean, it was just, this guy's from another culture. He looked like he's been in wars. He looked like he'd been in mad fucking like murderous situation. It just looked completely insane. Two completely different cultures. Stephen Miller just saying, bruv, if you bring in people from these war-torn cultures, it's not going to work. And in the UK, because both sides are recognising that's the political issue of our times and that's what's going to win votes, even the Labour leftist party, one of the guys came out, you can find on X, he said something like, we need to recognise the link between certain statistics in crimes, and he said ethnicity. He said ethnicity. Someone on the left said that. And I'm thinking, where do we go from here? Because if you're going to open this door now, where you're saying, okay, well, these countries are very unsuccessful and their people disproportionately and provably, according to government statistics across the board, even though they're mass suppressed to commit crimes, then, and people even on the left are attributing that to ethnicity, you do wonder where this conversation is going to go next, using reason and logic and facts. It's fucking mad times, cuzzy. Trump's going nuclear on mass migration. Fucking hell. All I'm going to say is, if you brought in a load of British people to Japan, Japan would implode. There'd be fights. There'd be vandalism. There'd be someone knocking you out for giving you the eyeball or spilling a little bit of their pint, bruv. If you took a load of British people and put them in Japan, the average IQ would go down because ours is 100 and theirs is 105. I do wonder if bringing people in from other countries with vastly different cultures will make differences to your own. I do wonder. The Trump administration certainly thinks so, cuzzy. Can you feel the vibe shift? Because I fucking feel it, bruv. And it is tasty as hell. Tasty and delicious, bruv. But we're not stopping there. So yeah, Stephen Miller went absolutely berserk on immigration. One of the comments of our times on that. Now it's getting mad crazy, bro. Trump is digging deep on the reasons why immigration is destroying America. Look at this. So according to the General on X, Trump is criticizing Hart-Celler by name. Bear with me, it will be explained. Trump is openly attacking the Hart-Celler Act of 1965, which opened the invasion of the USA. So Trump retweeted and co-signed this from Geiger Capital. It says, listen up, this is really interesting. A century ago, President Calvin Coolidge signed into law the Immigration Act of 1924. He stated plainly, new arrivals should be limited to our own capacity to absorb them. America must be kept American. For this purpose, it is now necessary to enact a policy of restricted immigration. The 1924 Act passed the House and Senate with overwhelming support. Democrats and Republicans agreed. The bill introduced tight immigration quotas, new visa requirements, the Border Patrol, and outright banned immigrants from certain countries that we viewed as incompatible with our culture. It dramatically reduced the number of people coming into the country and provided an opportunity for the recent great wave of immigrants to assimilate. By the 1940s and 1950s, American society thrived with a booming economy, rising middle class, common culture, and limited immigration. The act was in place until 1965. Since then, we have experienced decades of historic immigration, both legal and illegal. Today, we have higher levels of foreign-born than the early 1900s by both raw number and percentage of population. This mass immigration has also included vastly different cultures than the mostly Europeans we accepted then. It's obvious that we once again need to make a national policy shift, and it should be bipartisan. It's time for another Immigration Act. And I agree. If you import people from countries with shitty education scores and shitty cultures, and they don't make anything and don't produce anything, and there's loads of crime, your country will become like that. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. So what could be absolutely gigantic, massive. Now, this is big, my friends. You might have heard this a little bit. So one of the things that's really screwing America is this kind of, I think it's, what is it, tourist, what the hell is it called? It's when someone who's not an American citizen or who doesn't even have a visa will come to America, have a baby on American soil, and that baby instantly gets a passport. A friend of mine did it recently. He like went over there and had a baby with his wife, and now the kid is American by American law. Now, this was never the case, because when this law was made in the Constitution, it was essentially to free the slaves of America so they could have, rightly so, American citizenship. It was never the case that America wanted people from the middle of bumfuck nowhere to just come along suddenly, pop out a baby, and now it's American and they can become part of the system. It obviously was never meant for that. That's insane to think anyone from anywhere can just come over willy-nilly, have a baby. They're American. It will permanently alter the demographics of your country, and you simply can't control immigration. And so Trump is going to try to overturn that. Eric Doherty on X says the Supreme Court must do the right thing and nuke birthright citizenship for illegal aliens. This case is coming to the Supreme Court. I think it's going to be heard in February, and you'll see the results around June. And I thought it was the case that if they're going to reverse this, it requires a constitutional amendment, which requires a 2/3 vote in the Senate, and that will never fucking happen. There'll just never be enough Republicans in power. However, Kazi Wazi, I asked X if this can actually happen. And Grok said, if the Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump's interpretation of the 14th Amendment, excluding children of non-citizens from birthright citizenship, the administration could enforce this via executive action. The Trump could just go, boom, sign that orange pen, and it's happening without a constitutional amendment or the aforementioned 2/3 Senate approval. However, according to Grok, many experts argue a full change requires amending the Constitution, as precedents like Wong Kim Ark affirm broad birthright. The case is set for hearing soon, with a decision by June 2026. So if this fucking happens and they can try to squeeze this through, this is actually what will save America. Fucking incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. I mean, look, Trump said Sadiq Khan only got elected in London because of mass migration, because London is now 36% white British. And so the Muslim population vote for this guy, who's a hardcore woke Marxist UK. And I've been saying this for fucking years. People don't listen to me, Kazi, but when Trump says it, you probably listen now. Probably listen now, won't you? So the UK Parliament reacted to this. They denied failing to defend London Mayor Sadiq Khan after he was branded a disgusting mayor by the Trumpster, and rightly so. So the UK is pissed. We've got the Foreign Secretary hitting back, and she says, what I see in Europe is strength. She defended Sadiq Khan. UK is fucked as usual. These are the people who are part of UK Parliament and the mayor. Look, refugees welcome, population replacement. I was walking around London, bruv. It's absolutely, I'm lost for words. It's devastatingly disgusting. It's devastatingly disgusting what's going on. So UK, moving on over to the UK, Kazi Wazi. Are we shunning mass migration? No, we're doubling down on the communist utopia. America, this is what's coming to you if you don't amend the 14th Amendment and kick out the illegals. For example, look here, Liverpool police, place where the Beatles were born, Merseyside police, they said, we're starting to use live facial recognition to help keep communities safe. Oh, your safety and personal well-being is always the alibi of tyrants, lest I remind you, and bring offenders to justice. So they're going to start filming your faces with AI and use AI recognition to monitor you. Oh, wonderful, face recognition. If you're not on a watch list, your image and data is never stored. It's deleted instantly to protect your privacy. Oh, is it now, Kazi? That's like, you always hear that with communists. Well, if you haven't committed a crime, what's the problem? Well, when the government are a bunch of criminals, that's the fucking problem, bro. You don't want them monitoring everywhere you're going. They are the ones who should have facial recognition monitoring them day and night. You want to see where you're going to end up, America? This is an actual British police image put out by the UK Met. UK population replacement is real. It's this weird faceless economic zone, this socialist blob that's expanding all over Europe. It's absolutely crazy, bruv. And the UK is just, I mean, there's mad news from the UK, but I can't be bothered to go through it because the UK is cooked. But do you know what, Kazi Wazi? We still got time for America. America can still Save the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are so many migrants from the Horn of Africa, deport them from where hence they came. Heal the world. Look, British government plans to introduce cameras that detect emotions. Bruv, watch out, America. Watch out. You don't want to go this route. Thank God you voted Trump in. Want to talk about population replacement? Let's look at London. London, 97% white British in 1961. In 1971, 92%. In 1981, 86%. In 1991, 79%. 2001, 59%. 2011, 44%. 2021, 36%. I mean, okay. So yeah, look at this, bro. London is absolutely cooked. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And the EU, Elon Musk was coming out recently saying abolish the EU because they operate like the mafia. Any country that doesn't accept loads of migrants has to pay a fee to the EU. And Rebecca Mistregan on X explains why this is ridiculous. She says, think about that for a second. What kind of democratic cooperation forces a member state to pay protection money just to avoid having its own society destabilized? When a country must hand over cash to escape a policy that harms it, the structure stops looking like a union and starts looking like organized coercion. Let's call the EU what it is. It's a mafia organization. Abolish the EU. And I simply could not agree more. So I'm sorry I didn't turn up yesterday, my friends. Got a little busy. I'm in London doing my thing, making some big life decisions. But I'm here now. 24 hours later. Better late than never, as they say. And if you did enjoy this episode of Johnny Massacre's World, you can donate on the links to the right of my noggin, bruv. Streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, Patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, or PayPal.me/ give me a hell yeah. The donations go towards the Christmas fund. And I can have fun at Christmas with my family and my mother and my father and my brother. It's going to be very fun, very fun. Perhaps too much fun. But there you go. Trump is going nuclear on mass migration. He's kind of saying, let's just kick out all the migrants from third world countries, even ones who were just given their legal migrants, just given it just because they can vote for Biden. The vibe shift is huge. Elon Musk talking about it openly, day in, day out, in front of millions of eyeballs. The Trumpster too. I love it, bruv. I love it. What do you think about that? Do you think the Trumpster is right to say, kick out the illegals, bruv, and the migrants from third world countries? Or do you think he's fascist? Do you think he's Hitler? Let me know what you think in the comments. You know I'm always interested in your comments. I do see you in the comments, and I'm going to give you a bit of text-to-speech. Cuzzy wuzzy. Apologies for the shitty internet connection and the jerkiness of it and the freaking Sega Saturn 6 frames per second poor letterbox conversion. Apologies for the echo. Apologies for the terrible distorted mic and echo in Mum's dining room, but it is a nice homely dining room, so what can I say? As long as we're here, we make it work, bruv. We get over that finish line on that rickety wagon. The Massacre mobile, tires nearly falling off, slashed tires, over the finish line, cuzzy. We'll get there come hell or high water. It doesn't matter how we do it, bruv, as long as we get there, and we did. So let's have a little bit of a listen to what you lot are saying, because you know I'm mad interested. I'm gonna bring up the old text-to-speech. Bring up the old text-to-speech, yeah? All right, here we go. All right, it should be coming, rocking and rolling, strolling and bowling. Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh my God, I've got a fucked up story, but I don't think I can even tell you, bruv. I don't think I can even tell you. It's so traumatic, but it's okay because I solved it, but fucking hell, cuzzy wuzzy. Oh, Lord of mercy. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me. Bro, I thought we're live on the Rumble, Bumble, Stumble, Pipe, not Apple Rumble. We are. Good. See. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna head off to bed in a minute. But if you drop any comments, I will read it out. What we got going on here?
WR says we can find him a sugar mama in Palm Beach who's going to croak soon.
Going to croak? Oh my Lord, that's very offensive. That's an offensive joke. It's very offensive. I'm offended. Woo. Fucking knackered, bruv.
Third display said, but just says if you didn't shit yourself in public, it can't be that traumatic.
It's not a million miles away. Fucking hell. Heal the world. That sounds very traumatic though. Dude, I saw the dinghy migrants in London. Fuck, dude, they're just hanging around in the park. They loiter. They got nowhere to go. I actually saw it. I've been wanting to see that. And yeah, they're clearly going to become the next astronauts, bro. Especially the guy in the hoodie.
Bro WR says, Vic with the philosophy.
Especially the guy in the hoodie who looked like he was ready to end my life.
Says, write that down.
Oh my lord. So what have you lot been saying in the comments? Any madness going on there? I see Mark Hatfield, donut, excellent. Milky Tea, of course. The legend, the mama bear of the channel. Zian Amiga, what's up, Cuzzy? Brad, Macabre Cat, hello. Good to see you back. Lim Charles Sue, how you doing, bruv? Keeping the misses in check. Oh my god. Okay. I see you, yeah, I see you. Rage of Frable, can it happen through the Supreme Court? Yes, so it potentially can. Trump can stop birthright citizenship. According to Grok, I didn't realize that was possible. Anchor Baby, thank you, Ride or Die. But so Trump will be able to do it with executive order if he does that, but it still could be challenged. There will be shit tons of legal challenges because that's the damn strategy, just import a voter base. But it looks like there might be a way. There might be a way around it. I mean, fuck it into my veins.
Bro WR says, the dildo of consequences rarely arrives lubed. Lim Shalsu says, I made her dinner, bruv. Bro WR says,
nice
your
one.
RE voice skipped it all for a reason.
It did, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. Use of fire, Cuzzy. Man, like most of the stories I can't tell you. I actually can't tell you. I can't tell you. But I literally did a chemistry experiment. It was so fun. I did a chemistry experiment. And what else did I do? Not that. I didn't ingest anything. I literally did an experiment. And yeah, I went on a walk through London. I met the small boat migrants, but they're out there. They're loitering. They got nowhere to go. Like, where the fuck are they gonna go? They're just loitering out there. Just loitering. Just there. And like, I'm not paying for them, but everyone else is paying for them. The fuck? The fuck is going on? And so I went to watch the football, and London is a chaotic place. Though. It's just so much. We're in the pub, and it's aggressive. The music's so loud. Everyone shouting, screaming. It's proper aggro. Wow, this is really something coming from Tokyo. This is really sad. But do you know what the answer is to London? I literally have the answer for London. The answer is just get pissed. Just get pissed. As soon as you have 2 or 3 pints, it all makes fucking sense. You don't give a fuck. Hey, you're part of it. You have to get drunk. You have to get drunk to function in this country. If you don't, you're going to be even more miserable. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But you're basically going to have to start drinking. Otherwise, you're going to have to move. You're going to have to move, mate. Wow, okay. Got a good hit there. Heal my throat. I'm out here. I'm going to go to bed. Unless you got something to say. What did you make the missus for dinner? Oh, my God. Right. Oh, man, I had to.
Their display said, but just says pot helps.
Anything just to get intoxicated in London. Then it's fucking wicked. If you don't do that, you're not gonna have a good time. I fucking guarantee. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I had a wicked meal. Went to Waitrose. Waitrose is quite a bang. Oh mate, the Marks and Spencer, the supermarket here, it's actually great. It actually tastes good every time, and we don't have that in Japan. They've got really good everything. It's
Mark Hatfield and it says good night Johnny. Lim Shalsu says chili Colorado, Spanish rice, refried beans. Bradw says milky reciprocation is key.
You can donate your, don't forget. Yeah, I bought some stuff because my friend's got a grill. I bought 2 sirloin steaks, Brussels sprouts, like the banana pepper, the red one, and portobello mushroom, and 2 lamb burgers. Just the most manly food ever.
Milkatima Kesting says IDK what you're saying, Brad.
Threw it on the grill. My friend's a wicked cook. Oh man, it was just it was some manly. It was proper. So, yeah. Oh man. Tomorrow my dad's playing in Camden in his band. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward. My dad's obviously practicing right now. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to crush the gym. I do wonder if I'm
Lim
gonna...
Shalsu has donated $10 and says get ye a pint on me cuzzy.
Oh man, the message is so good as well. Cuzzy Wuzzy. Mate, I will definitely do that tomorrow. Cheeky pint of Guinness. Oh, Lord of mercy.
Mark Hatfield and it says lamb burger, that sounds good.
Dude, it was absolutely banging. I was going through a store trying to find some t-shirts. I found a t-shirt that said mercy up here and had God on it, but it was all blue and oversaturated and looked terrifying. I put it on, I looked like a foppish bastard. It was terrible, but I wanted to buy it just because it said mercy. I stopped coffee. Today I gave up coffee. There was none today. Dude, I took it way too far. Farther than any man should ever take a caffeine addiction. I was supposed to stop in like, I don't even know, June. And it just continued for 6 months relentlessly. But it was fun. It was fun. And it fucked up my central nervous system. So now I'm smoking a cigar instead. Gonna sleep like a baby. So quiet in this neck of the woods. Fuck, is it quiet? Could hear a pin drop. Dead quiet. So quiet. This is mad.
Lim Shalsu says, do you have a favorite curry place in London?
Hey, fuck that. I don't eat that slop. I eat Japanese food, bro. Let's be real, curry's pretty good though. Let's be real, it's pretty fucking good. Yeah, it's pretty fucking good. Naan bread and some curry. I mean, hey, I'm British, bruv. It's Pakistani.
Their display said but just says no
Pakistani
holy
British
diver,
man.
what a rip.
Oh, you fucking remember it? Okay, I'm locked in now. Okay, well. Should we have a little cheeky peek at Holy Diver? Oh my god, she's gonna hold me to it.
Milkatima Kesting says talking shit on curry, I'm out.
Mate, come on. It's not a fucking... They just throw something in a pan, cuzzy.
Bradw says, Japanese curry.
That actually tastes worse than Indian curry. Indian curry actually tastes pretty good. Japanese curry is not good, man. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good. That's an anomaly. I don't know what they were thinking when they did that.
Lim Shalsu says she likes Japane's curry though.
Racist. You're racist. Milky. Okay, what's it called, Victoria? I can't remember the fucking name of the game. Holy Diver. Oh, you remember it because it's a song, right? Dude, I got it. Okay, here we go, y'all. This is what the pain is
says
gonna be.
curry is live.
Is it? Okay. I'll knock the curry. Here we go. Alright, Holy Diver.
Thedis Please Edberger says what about Thai curry, who doesn't like that?
That actually is fucking good. So apparently this is the hardest game ever made on the NES. How hard could it be? It's like harder than Battletoads, harder than Mega Man, harder than...
Edberger says yeah, it's the worst song ever, it's great lol. Lim Shalsu says this is sick.
Have you played this? This actually looks quite good. The tunes are banging.
WR says anyone else have anything they like for Johnny to trash for the holidays?
How hard could this shit be? Oh. Okay. Mate, this is easy. It's smooth, like it's played smoothly, look.
Thedis Please Edberger says kittens puppies.
I'm quietly confident about this. Because you know I'm a fucking pro gamer, right? I'm a pro gamer, y'all. Look, there's no enemies. M50, what's 50? Oh look, dude, there's no jank on the jump. Right, I sense danger, cuzzy. What are those skulls?
Lim Shalsu says fresh mince pie for me, Johnny.
Dude, we've got this is the sex dungeon. What the fuck is this? Look at these guys. Victoria can tell me who these that doesn't look good. Victoria can tell me who these guys are. Dude, this is easy. People are saying this is difficult. It's a pussy old.
Thedis Please Edberger says oh I forgot someone saw an otter in one of our neighborhood ponds and posted it on our next door thing. Is that normal down here, Brad?
Oh fuck. Yo, this game's easy. This is easy.
Lim Shalsu says is this a Metroidvania?
I think it is actually.
WR says oh snap. Shalsu chose violence.
Oh, it's a puzzle. I've got the jump and the shoot the wrong way around, which is really fucking me up. Dude, I don't need the life. Why are you giving me life, cuzzy? I might turn this off because it's just too easy. We need a serious challenge. Look, this is too easy, cuzzy. Oh shit. Dude,
Lim Shalsu says we got river otters out here.
Oh fuck, it's actually getting serious now.
Has donated $10 and 1 cent and says your character looks like a flasher.
Right, we got...
Thedis Please Edberger says look like henchman to me and flying demons.
Okay, I'm now concerned about this. Very concerned. Okay, cuzzies. Yeah, that actually does look fucking difficult. I got a donation. Flasher, $10, mate. $10 from the Milky family. The milk chalsu combo coming in strong off the back of a thoughtful curry. Oh, God. All right. I'm done. I'm done.
WR says, we got otters in Florida now, Vic. Definitely dimension switch. Lim Shalsu says holy flasher.
Bro, we walked into the New York dungeon LGBTQ sex party. There were people like that on the New Year's party, New Year's Day party I went to last year. These like big fat dudes wearing chains and leather and shit. They're in the game, bruv. They're in the game. They're in the game, cuzzy. Oh no.
Thirdisplay Sedberger says, are they sort of big Chalsu? This one looked like a pretty decent size. I've never seen one in a pond down here, just alligators. I'm worried it's going to get eaten if it stays till spring, lol.
Right, I'm out of here. I'm just out of here. I hope you like the news that there's a vibe shift and Trump's going nuclear on mass migration, because I did.
Thirdisplay Sedberger says, oh wow, okay Brad, so cool.
Thanks for the donations, you all. That will go towards my pintage tomorrow, and you might get a drunken chemistry set live stream tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Bradw says, I heard they will lure your dogs to the water. Be careful around them.
Words to live by.